Okay, what's up, people? Back with another one here today. We're gonna do a mid-skin fade. I got a new fade scale, about to bring that up. Boom, check that out. All right, so this is basically going to show you how everything lines up together. I know I've done this quite a few times on the channel, but I wanted to do it again, and I wanted to do it better. I finally figured out Adobe Illustrator a little bit better, and I've even been able to incorporate that little bit on the right there where it shows what to do in between the steps. And just in case anybody couldn't see that, in just a second, I'm going to bring up another non-transparent image that you might be able to see. Okay, when I debulk, I start on the left side, then I jump over to the right side, and then I fix the back. Don't try to take the back all the way around to the front. You will inevitably wind up higher on one side than you are on the other. All right, so here's the scale just to show you. You can take a quick screenshot of that, and then here's the scale for wall. The first one was for Andis, the second one was for wall. The wall has the 1.5 guard, so that kind of changes things a little bit. All right, so we're going up with the Series 9, the Bronze Series 9. This is probably the most powerful electric shaver. Not probably. This is the most powerful electric shaver in the game right now. Total game changer, total time saver. And I think it actually makes fading a little bit easier because it seems like as soon as you release pressure, when you get closer to that 5-0 line, it seems like it's really easy to make that transition from complete skin to that 5-0 line. But right now, we don't want to have any line in between where we went to skin and where we took our 5-0 line. I, of course, did it with the detachable. If you don't have a detachable, you can do it with a trimmer. If you want to beat on your trimmers, by all means, do it. But when you start to handle some volume, you're going to want to get a detachable clipper. See, right now, I got the number 2 on the Oster Volt. This is the best detachable clipper. I don't care what nobody says about Andis ZR, BRGs, BRGVs, other Osters, even corded. This is the number 1 model. And I'll put a link in the description to this. It is very expensive, but it is the best. I've had this thing going on 7 years and I have not even changed the battery, which of course is modular, and I could change the battery if I had to. If you have Andis ZRs, what are you going to do? Oh, the battery went bad. Oh, it's over the year. Oh, you can't send it back because it's Andis and it's not Wall and it's not Oster. It's made in China. So enjoy what you got to do with that. But I'm telling you right now, that's the number 1. Now, these are the number 1 faders. Y'all know how much I love my fast feeds. And I'm going to show you why. I'm beginning with the lever in the open position. I'm going to close the lever like 25%. Then I'm going to close the lever, and I'm going to stay just below where I went at that 25%. I'm going to close the lever to 50% closed. Stay just below where I was with the 25. Stay just below I was with the 50 when I closed it to 75% closed. And then I'm going to go down to about 90% closed and see if that wipes out the line. And if that doesn't, I will go down to 100% closed. I'm trying to keep the clipper on an angle whenever you're on the in-between steps. I just want to show you that on the in-between steps, we're looking at it, closing that lever down, going up to where we made our guideline. We're closing that lever down 25%. Then we're going to close it down 50%. We're going to stay just below where we were at 25%. Then we're going to close it 75%. Stay just below that. Then we're going to close it 100% or 90% if you can get away with it. With the fast feeds, they cut close enough. When you put that ceramic blade on it, that's when they actually start hitting. I'm going to tell you what, those fast feeds are trash without the ceramic blade. You would bench them in a heartbeat. But if you've slept on them this long and you haven't put the ceramic blade on, I don't know what you're doing. Go get you a ceramic blade if you still got a pair laying around, or I'll put the link in the description right here, and you could just go scoop it, and that's going to be, problem solved right there. So that's all I got to say about that. But, you got a lot of people coming around, a lot of new things, a lot of new techniques, a lot of these new young kids bringing in new stuff, and I love it. I love seeing everything that you guys are bringing to the table and stuff. I mean, I've been cutting hair since rock and roll was cool in MySpace, not with a cell phone. All right, I've been in this game a long time. I've seen a lot of things come and go, but this new era of all these cordless, this is just awesome. I mean, I'm really enjoying what's happening, and I can't wait to see what continues to happen as they continue to make better and better stuff. I mean, like the Oster Volt and all my number 1s. I mean, this is just awesome. So I'm going through right now with the half open, and I'm going to repeat the same process. The half is open. What happens when it's open? We close it 25%. We stay just below where we were. We do the 25% up and down the side, all right? Then we close it 50%. We stay just below the area we just worked in. Now we flip to 75%. Rocking and rolling, knocking down that line at 75%. We'll go to 90%, so it's just barely open. And then we're gonna close that lever all the way down. Maintain your angles on this one. Maintain your angles, because as soon as you put this blade down flat, when you're not arcing in a C motion, you put this thing down flat, it's pretty easy to accidentally make a line. Okay, so now where the half guard met the open taper line, sometimes there'll be a little bit of distinction. There'll be a little bit of demarcation there. And that's why I'm super thorough. I don't go forward until I go back. So I go back one step. If it's not perfect, I make it perfect. Then I go forward. If I got to go back 2 steps, I go back 2 steps, make it perfect, and then I go forward. So now I like the transition that I'm starting to see. I like what's going on. I'm going to put the 1 in the open position, and I'm going to do the same thing. 1 in the open position, 25% close. Stay below that, 50% close. Stay below that, 75% close. Stay below that, 90% close, closed all the way. Boom! You're done. Where you going? Nowhere. Oh man, I'm having fun with this. I'm telling you guys, I'm putting up a lot of these videos. I think I've done like, I don't know, man, maybe 10 this month. So we're just gonna keep on going, and I'm just gonna keep trying to bring this to the table, trying to show you guys all the techniques I use, everything that's made me build my business and stay successful, and onto other things. It's also been really helpful for the barber school I work at. I've been teaching for like, I think I'm going on 9 years, 8 years, something like that at the barber school. Just do it 1 day a week. And as crazy as it sounds, even sometimes we give classes right on the beach just to do something different, get people out of the classroom and, in a different environment. Notice how I kind of hold my clipper, like where my thumb is almost on the power button on the left side of that clipper, and I begin with this arcing motion. It's a nice motion. The blade never snags. It always cuts. It can mow through, and you can move as quick as you want. That's pretty important to me. A lot of these cordlesses, they can't keep up. If I move too fast with a cordless, it's a pretty good chance that I might snag hair if it doesn't have the power. But if it does have the power, like the fast feeds, you can breeze through it. Now, this arcing motion is not necessary. It's something that you can use to help speed yourself up once you get more comfortable, but it is not necessary. Because in that C motion, in that arcing motion, you are actually beginning the next step. You're beginning the 0 guard step. And you're going to minimize the probability of that line of demarcation by using that C motion. However, it is not necessary, because these guards are made perfect from the manufacturer to not need to do that. So you have the option, if you want, to just hold that blade flat and just work through your steps. Use the fade scale. Follow the fade scale. Scale's going to tell you what is the next step up. What am I doing wrong? Why are my fades not clean enough? Look at the steps. Re-examine what you're doing. Be thorough. Finish step 1 before you go to step 2. Before you go to step 3, maybe have to go back to step 2. Okay? Step back before you step forward. Be thorough. If you got to go back to your trimmers after you do the closed taper line, do it. If you got to go back to your open taper after you did the half guard, do it. Do what you have to do to be thorough. But do not turn this thing into a mess. Do not turn this thing into a total cleanup haircut where you spend more time cleaning up your mistakes than you do actually cutting the hair itself. So my thought on the whole process is like a carpenter. Measure twice, cut once. Okay? So be thorough, and you don't have to go back so many times. Of course, different hair presents different challenges, different colors of hair, different thicknesses of hair, different densities, different textures. This is going to present different challenges. So you could follow all your steps and still finding yourself needing to take an open taper way higher than you thought you should. I'll tell you what I tell my students all the time. Do what you got to do to make that fade clean. Oh, I don't want to go too high. Too bad. Do what you got to do to make that fade clean. What are you going to do? Leave them with a line? And if one's not getting it out, what do you have to do? You got to go down a step. You got to go down a step. All right. So if what you're doing is not getting your line out, there's only one course of action, and that's to go down a step. Okay. And contrary to what a lot of people say, oh, there's so many barbers out there that are bringing the fades too high. That was supposed to be a mid. This is not a high fade. Blah blah blah. No one wants a bad fade. So make it clean. You're gonna make your customers happy. You're gonna be proud of your work yourself, and we are all gonna benefit from this good work. There's only two things that can go wrong when you do a fade. One, you don't understand the steps, or you don't understand the process or how they line up with each other. Two, you're not holding the blade flat against the side of the head. You're either angling it out or you're angling it in, but you're not holding it flat. If that's the case, you need to watch my video, Anybody Can Fade. I really went deep into that, and if your fades aren't coming out clean, you really need to go down to that molecular level and check that out and see exactly what's going on. But when I tell you the fast feeds are the truth, I'm not going to sell out to you. I don't care who comes up with what celebrity barbers come up with what new products come out and things like that. And even if I was to be sponsored or being paid by somebody, I'm still not going to sell out to you. If somebody puts out a product that's trash, you're going to hear it from me first. I'm very unimpressed by most of the stuff that I see, to be honest. But how do you explain my fast feeds are 30 years old and they're still going? What clipper do you think is going to last you 30 years? Other than the master fades. Okay, great, the master fades. They're cool, but they're weak. They've been around forever. They still run, but they're weak. And they can't compete with the fast feeds, in my opinion. I know somebody's probably going to disagree with me there. But look, I don't care. They're both good clippers, but when I tell you that my fast feeds are over 30 years old and they're still doing business, do you think these cordless clippers are going to last you that long? Do you think the Andis ZR is going to last you 30 years? Do you think that any of these new units that are coming out are going to be around that long? The answer is no. But the cordless is a joy to use. And when they put a cordless fast feed out, I don't care if I got to buy a new one every year. I would buy it in a heartbeat. And some of these other clippers are a joy to use. And I would be okay if I had to buy them once a year or every other year, just for the convenience of not having that. But why can't the battery be bigger? I don't care about the weight. Why can't it last 7 hours, 8 hours? What about our phones? Our phones can last 20 hours. What do they need to do to make these clippers come that much further? Is it because the barber industry is taking a back seat to technology and we just aren't important enough to sell because there's only a certain amount of barbers out there and blah, blah, blah? I can understand these things, but if someone really was to take this serious and make a cordless that was actually, great and had excellent battery life, it would be a game changer and they would sell millions. But it seems like no one's carrying that torch yet, so whatever, man. The contest details, I'm announcing those tomorrow. If you're watching this video after the contest is already over, I'm sorry, but if you stick around, hit that notification bell. We're going to start giving out things here. I got a lot of stuff laying around, and I'll be giving out something really good when I get to 10,000 subscribers, and I really need your guys' help on that. And I just want to kind of thank you guys all for watching my videos and supporting me and liking and commenting on them, and it's really been helpful. I've really been able to grow, and I want to keep bringing you guys these videos, trying to help you, trying to get you where you need to be, some of you, or just share my opinions with others. I know that there's a lot of people who watch that who know exactly what they're doing, and I appreciate you guys too taking the time to watch it, even though you already know what's going on. I mean, I watch a lot of people's videos, and I just want to see what everybody else is up to, and that's part of this. That's all keeping an open mind and not shutting yourself off to the learning. Because if I would have shut myself off to the learning years ago, I would be so much further behind. I would be so much further behind. It would be ridiculous. I thought I knew it all when I was 19. I thought I knew it all when I was 24. I don't think I know it all, and I want to learn as much as I can before I leave this earth. And that's my view on it. That's how I feel about it. So I'll be more than open to learn from somebody who is a student, somebody who is commenting on my videos, telling me stuff. I've picked up stuff from that. Like when I did that video on the Rose FX, I did them trimmers and I zero gapped them, not even realizing that the blade just totally pops off, and they made it so it just comes off. Yo, that was a bonehead move, but somebody in the comments mentioned it, and now I wouldn't make that mistake again. So that's why I don't shut myself off to the learning, man. I'm never going to stop learning. I'm never going to stop growing. And I hope you feel the same way. But again, thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything. And I will be dropping another video tomorrow with the contest details. And we're going to just take it from there. Whoever wins is going to win the Babyliss Rose FX Clipper. Then I'm going to do the trimmer. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Don't miss that video. Don't miss your chance to win that clipper. And I'm out. Till my next video, I'm out. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace.